Coming to Chicago and visiting, it was very eye-opening. Just seeing the state of the stations, how tight it was. I vividly remember, just standing with my work bag up the platform and a train whooshing by. And it kind of like took me by surprise just how narrow that was.
A lot of our infrastructure is over 100 years old. We needed a massive capital investment to renew everything in that corridor. And that's how RPM Phase 1 really came to be. It was identifying some of the biggest impact infrastructure that we could change and going after that.
One of the goals of the project is improved capacity, moving trains faster through, on the same rail. A core goal of the project was to keep ridership moving. And so that affected everything we did.
One of the main challenges of this project was always maintaining rail service throughout construction. So the biggest challenge on this job has really been the phasing. We would shut down 2 of the tracks, move all rail service onto the other 2 tracks, and then you could tear down those first 2.
What stands out about Chicago is just how dense it is and how residences, businesses have all developed coming straight up, right up close to the L tracks.
Probably 95% of our work was adjacent to a running rail.
The area that we have available to rebuild these tracks is extremely limited.
And we're working with tight buildings on our left and on our right.
In some cases, it's inches, if you can even say it's inches. One of those buildings in the RPM project area was the Vautravers building. During preliminary engineering, we realized that the Vautravers building was in a historic district, so we couldn't just tear down the building and we needed to relocate it. The project included requirements for picking up and moving this building about 30 feet to the west to create the space to straighten out the tracks. Removing the curves that go around the Vautravers building allows the trains in that area to maintain a higher maximum speed.
Part of, design build projects is innovation and leveraging the input from the contractor to be able to come up with new ideas. And our team had worked with the Walsh Shore design build team to come up with alternative technical concepts.
We proposed using a precast segmental construction. So that's, building the structures or the segments off-site, trucking them in. That method of construction was very good for this project because it reduced the people required on the job.
Well, the new stations have elevators, they have escalators, the platforms are almost more than twice as wide as the original station. There's a canopy that runs the full length of the platform to keep you dry in rainy or snowy weather. We've also broken up like a nearly 2-mile long stretch of inaccessible stations.
Making those 4 stations fully accessible, it's a big deal.
It's just a much more pleasant experience to be traveling through this area or trying to board a train in one of the 4 new stations. So just north of Belmont Station is an area we call Clark Junction. It was one of our busiest flat junctions where the brown line joins up with the red and purple lines. So whenever a brown line was entering or leaving Clark Junction, all the other trains in the area had to stop. So adding a flyover track for the northbound brown line to go up and over those other 4 tracks in that area really helped us increase capacity through Clark Junction. The CTA is a really special part of the city. The original railroads that comprise the CTA opened over 100 years ago.
The Red Line's 24-hour line and part of the backbone of the city.
It's our busiest rail line, and it is one of the most important ones.
As a longtime resident in the Edgewater neighborhood, I'm very proud to be able to have my little fingerprint on it.
Modernization is a big need across the country. I think every major transit agency has a long kind of funding list that's needed relative to kind of the upgrades to maintain service and operations. I think that investment in the community has been really exciting just to see all of that energy.